What is GRE? An essential component of the graduate school, or business school application process is the Graduate Record Examination, or GRE. The GRE is a multiple-choice, computer-based, international exam that is frequently needed for enrollment in MBA and graduate programs. It is computer-based, which means the difficulty for each question you get will be influenced by how you've performed on the previous questions. The best colleges in the world don't have their own unique entry examinations. Instead, they accept standardized test scores and use them in the shortlisting procedure. One such standardized test that is most frequently used for graduate school admissions in the US and Canada is the GRE, or Graduate Record Examination. Top masters, MBA, and doctoral degree programs in many other nations, including the UK, Europe, Singapore, and Australia, also require the GRE exam for admittance. Types of GRE 1. GRE, General Test 2. GRE, Subject Test. The GRE General Test is used for admission to any master's program, and it is administered by the ETS. Also, students can choose GRE Subject Test by choosing from chemistry, math, physics, or psychology. Take the GRE subject examinations. GRE fee in India. The test is priced at $213, which is around 17,500 Indian rupees. Anyone can take GRE. ETS has not specified any kind of age limit or minimum qualification. There are no published dates for the GRE, unlike GATE or CAT. Throughout the year, you can essentially take the exam whenever you feel most prepared. Also, there is no limit on how many times you can take the GRE exam in your lifetime. However, you are limited to 5 tries per continuous rolling 12-month period. Also, you will need to wait at least 21 days before making another try if you need to retake the GRE exam for any reason. GRE exam pattern. It is divided into 3 sections. You will have 3 hours 45 minutes to answer 82 questions. 1. Analytical writing. 2. Verbal reasoning. 3. Quantitative reasoning. In addition, you will see one of the following sections, unscored, may be either verbal reasoning or quantitative reasoning, research, used for ETS research purposes. For more contents like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Talking about analytical writing, there are 2 independent, 30-minute writing assignments in this part. You'll be required to formulate your own position on a subject and assess another person's position. Scores for this section range from 0 to 6.5 point increments. The analytical writing section consists of 2 types of task. An analyze an issue task. With this kind of question, you must carefully consider a subject and then communicate your ideas in writing. An issue statement will be presented to the test taker, followed by a list of detailed instructions for how to respond. An analyze an argument task. You will be given a brief excerpt in this sort of question where the author makes a claim or offers an explanation of the facts that is supported by data. It is your responsibility to evaluate the author's claim's logical plausibility in light of the provided guidelines. Talking about verbal reasoning. The verbal reasoning test is divided into 2 sessions of 20 questions each lasting 30 minutes. This part will consist of 3 different question types: reading comprehension, text completion, and sentence equivalence. Scores range from 130 to 170 and are given in 1-point increments. 3 different types of questions are included in this section. A. Conventional multiple choice, where you must select one of the 5 possible answers. B. Multiple choice, where you must select all the right answers. C. Select in passage questions require you to select the passage's sentence that best fits a given description. Talking about quantitative reasoning. This section of the exam has 2 35-minute periods with 20 questions each and is intended to assess your fundamental math abilities. Multiple choice questions with 1 or more possible responses, numerical entry questions, and quantitative comparison questions are all possible. Math, algebra, geometry, and data analysis are among the topics covered. Scores range from 130 to 170 and are given in 1-point increments. During the quantitative reasoning phase of the exam, you are permitted to utilize an on-screen calculator. Each part allows you to go back and forth, revise your responses, and mark questions for review if you want to come back to them later. The GRE quantitative reasoning section contains 4 types of questions. 1. Arithmetic topics including properties and types of integers, such as divisibility, factorization, prime numbers, remainders and odd and even integers, arithmetic operations, exponents and roots, concepts such as estimation, percent, ratio, rate, absolute value, the number line, decimal representation and sequences of number. 2. Algebra topics including operations with exponents, factoring and simplifying algebraic expressions, relations, functions, equations and inequalities, solving linear and quadratic equations and inequalities, solving simultaneous equations and inequalities, setting up equations to solve word problems, coordinate geometry, including graphs of functions, equations and inequalities, intercepts and slopes of lines. 3. Geometry topics, including parallel and perpendicular lines, circles, triangles, including isosceles, equilateral and 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees triangles, quadrilaterals, other polygons, congruent and similar figures, three-dimensional figures, area, perimeter, volume, the Pythagorean theorem, angle measurement in degrees. 4. Data analysis topics, including basic descriptive statistics, such as mean, median, mode, range, standard deviation, interquartile range, quartiles and percentiles, interpretation of data in tables and graphs, such as line graphs, bar graphs, circle graphs, box plots, scatter plots and frequency distributions. Elementary probability, such as probabilities of compound events and independent events, conditional probability, random variables and probability distributions, including normal distributions, counting methods, such as combinations, permutations and Venn diagram. The ability to construct proofs is not tested.